Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back to This Week in ESO, and we are now in February. I can't believe we're already in the second month of 2023, but This Week in ESO features a slew of different things, including some patch notes for our very first DLC this year, and a cool community build, plus much more. But thank you again to all my members and patrons. If you'd like to become a member, check out the link below in the description. It does help me out. It does help support the channel more. You get your name up here, you get early access to videos, you get our access to our members only Discord, and much more. Also, you get badges and emotes. So let's try to hit at least 10 likes on this video to help push this content out. So the first thing on the docket today is the patch notes for Update 37 Scribes of Fate. That is the DLC that will be coming out for ESO in Q1. And there was a lot of really cool changes when it comes to some item sets and some buffs as well. They're also altering combat a little bit as well to help mitigate some of the issues they had in Update 35. I don't really, want to remember that, but so far, since I've tested it on a live stream on Thursday of this past week, it's looking pretty good and things seem to be hitting a little harder. And the really cool thing that I'm excited about is the DK seem to have gotten a buff. I really like the Chains of Devastation skill now because it actually applies Major Berserk for 10 seconds, which is insane. That increases your damage done by 10%. It's really, really good. And so I love that buff that they gave the DK. Also, another thing that I really like that they did is they added a DK set, it seems like. It's called Rune Carver's Blaze. And this helps your damage over time effects. And it seems better on my main right now. Like I've been testing a little bit and I'm hitting pretty solid DPS with it along with Briarheart. So I'm gonna keep testing it out a little bit and see what I like about it. If it's, better than some of the other sets I'm using, but really, really excited about that. And so for all the full patch notes, I give a summary down below in the video that I have, so check that out if you want to see a full reaction to that. And if you guys did miss last week's This Week in ESO, we are getting a new class with the new expansion Necrom coming out later this year around June. And so definitely keep an eye out for that in the channel because I am going to be trying to test some builds for that once we have availability to that. And so definitely ring the bell so you know when I release content for that. Also, another big thing that you can check out is if you like other games, I have other channels down in the description as well that I play Destiny, all types of other games as well. We play in Hogwarts, so definitely check out those channels as well and give a subscription to it because it will be helpful for us to build those channels. Now we're going to get to the Golden Vendor of the week. The Golden Vendor again is in Cyrodiil. You can go up to the Alliance tab and you can just join a campaign, but once you get here you'll find over in one of the main Alliance gates you can find the golden person here. Also they are in Craglorn, I believe, as people have told me in the comment section. But this week the Golden Vendor has Bog Raider's Amulet for necklace, it has Icy Conjurer's necklace, and it has Necklace of Soulshine and Treasure Hunter's necklace. I will say I've never used Treasure Hunter or Necklace of Soulshine. Bog Raider I've heard is a solid, it was like a solid set a while back, but Icy Conjurer I have used for one of my Frostwarden builds. I still think it's pretty solid. It's in, I think it's Depths of Malatar for this set. I don't know how worth it is to buy a 250,000 gold jewelry piece. You really have to be married to this item set and you really have to really like this, I think, for it to be something that you spend that amount of money on. Now, for monster helms, some really, really good ones. Earthgore is from Bloodroot Forge, and that's a DLC dungeon, and Encratis Behemoth is one of the Waking Flame DLC ones. I think it's the Black Drake Villa, but these are great monster sets. Encratis Behemoth is a freaking great one for DK tanks. Earthgore is a great healer or tank set. I love these two monster sets and I highly recommend picking these up. For like 100,000 gold is fantastic for this. You don't have to run the dungeon. You can literally just come pick it up. This is a fantastic pickup in my opinion for the monster helms. Okay, now for the luxury furnisher. The luxury furnisher again is in Craglorn. You go to the Hollow City and you go to right here. You talk to Xanil Theron, and this week Xanil Theron has decorative wall drape mauve. I don't know how to say that, but that's actually really neat. Ragata statue, seated lion ibis. Not a fan of that. Redguard carpets rolled, Redguard seal, that's cool. Wedding blossoms blue, I like that. Wedding curtain wide. Wedding flower trellis, that's actually really nice. I like that a lot. Wedding lantern and wedding lantern, I really like that. There's actually some really nice things to pick up here. Pretty cheap too, so definitely recommend picking up some of these items. Now we're going to get to the fashion of the week. This is from Daydreamer and our Discord. I really like this. I love the bottoms here. I love the gold and the black accents. That's the Welkner chest piece, I believe. I cannot remember which shoulder piece this is, but it's really, really cool. And I just love how people do the hooded like Tyrael look. When it comes to, it's like the Diablo look. I really like that. It's really, really cool. But congrats Daydreamer to winning our fashion. So this week's build is by Just Bakes again, and this is a sorcerer 1-bar build. This build is designed for newer or beginner players to get accustomed to doing a little bit harder content, but it's supposed to be easy to use, and it is. We tested it last night on the PTS, and so here is the stat screen for it. Some of this goes up obviously once you're buffed. I think the critical gets to 66 point something %, but we are a high elf sorcerer, magicka 64 points, and you can take a screenshot of this. The sets that we're running is One Piece Slime Craw, heavy with max magicka enchant and divines, all divines on all the body pieces. The sets we're running are Orders of the Wrath, which is a crafted set in High Isle, and so we're running shoulder piece for that, medium, max magicka enchant. We're running the chest piece of that, medium, and we're running medium pants of that as well, max magicka enchant. And then the jewelries, we're running Order's Wrath, ring and neck. Those are bloodthirsty, and weapon and spell damage enchant on that. The other set we're running is Netch's Touch. This is for the belt, shoes, and gloves. For the lightning staff, where you're using the Netch's Touch lightning staff with precise and a shock damage enchant. And so what that does is it adds 400 weapon and spell damage to your shock damage abilities. You've got Order's Wrath, which just gives you a ton of crit chance and spell damage and increases your critical damage and critical healing by 8%. You've got Slime Craw, gives you more crit chance, and then Oaken Soul Ring, because it is a 1-bar build. Now when you go to the CP, we have the blue here, the Warfare. We are slotting 50 into Wrathful Strikes, 50 into not Fighting Finesse, 50 into Deadly Aim, 50 into Biting Aura, and 50 into Weapons Expert. For the red, we are slotting 50 Fortified, 50 Rejuvenation, 50 Boundless Vitality, and 50 Siphoning Spells. Green is up to you. Our skills look like this. You want to make sure you get the passives, your weapon passives, your skill passives, all that good stuff, right? But the skills are Unstable Wall, Twilight Tormentor, Pet, Crit Surge, Crushing Shock, and Crystal Fragments. You can switch Crystal Fragments out with Pulsar if you are, and Pulsar is in the Destruction Staff line, and it's down here if you're using it against trash fights, and you have Greater Storm Atronach as your ultimate. Your rotation is very, very simple with this. All you do is you pop Crit Surge, you have your pet out, use Wall, and then all you do is just use Crushing Shock until your Crystal Frags instantly, procs instantly, and you use it. And that's all you do, and you just reapply as needed. This build was really, really cool and honestly very easy to use. And for me, on my first 2 rotations, first time ever using it, I hit 52 and 53k DPS. Bakes has hit 72k DPS, and he's a much better player than me. So that's a solid area to be. I think if you're a newer beginner player, it is really, really easy to use. So I definitely recommend trying this build out. Also, the Mundus Stone is the Thief Mundus Stone, and for potions you can use Trash Pots, and you can also use Witch Mother's Potent Brew for the buff food. But that's going to do it for this week in ESO. Again, if you did like the video, make sure to leave a like. Let's try to hit 10 likes on this video, and I really do appreciate all my members and patrons and everyone else as well. Check out all those links down below, and make sure to check out these videos above. But until next time, y'all, just remember, have faith, be great, and I'll see you next week.